Okay, so basically, it's a me, Henry, but today we are going to look at the, what's it called? How to make custom Polycarb. Alright, so let me just find a random drivetrain. Alright, I'm gonna just do this. Just skip, okay. So this is like the other way around, right? Because normally you guys would want to have something that goes in, not goes out. But let's just imagine if like this is the drive and we are going to make the disk go this way, right? Because I don't know why, but I used to do this. I think this is for the 2021 season change up, because this will have to be longer in order to attach an intake or whatever. So basically it's actually pretty simple. You just start a sketch on this surface here, or basically like the surface that you want to attach a polycarb to, right? So since everything is catted out, the holes should be in the right place. What you want to do is project geometry, and you can just click on these holes. Right, let's say I want to attach 4 of these holes on the inner one, and then 2 holes on here. Right, and then there we go, we have the holes in our sketch now. I'll just finish sketch and re-enter sketch, so then our camera will be directly on top. Sometimes it'll be in different colors, but it doesn't really matter. So what you want to do is literally just like just draw the shape however the fuck you want. Right, and then line from here to, let's say, here. It really depends on if you have an accurate CAD of your bots or not. We can do it up to here. And let's say we want a thing like that, but we don't want it to be a straight line. We can also just do an arc from this point to this point, right? And then we can choose to arc it in however we want, right? So I think I'll just have a forward arc like this. I think this looks pretty nice. And then now we have our basic shape, right? But the thing is, these edges, they look ugly. So we're going to do a thing called fillet, and let's say 0.125 inches. I really like this. It gives us a nice rounded edge. We'll just round all of these edges, because you're going to be doing this with a CNC anyway, so the edges are most likely going to be rounded, right? And then now we have finished the sketch for our thing. However, this is just a sketch, right? And we also need it to be somewhat have a thickness. So let's go back to the sketch. What people normally do is they just have a bunch of holes in here, and then you can screw like either black spacers or white spacers along the lines. So for example, if we're going to use like white spacers, the vex holes are 0.182 wide, and then we can literally just like freehand sketch these. It doesn't really matter that much, right? So let's say we're using the white spacers. I think they're 0.5 in width, right? 0.5. So we'll just move these around. And then I think we'll use a black thin spacer here. That's 0.375. I think this works pretty nicely. I'll just move this in a little bit, so then when the discs come into contact, these will, we can screw the spacers here, so then it basically forms a wall, right? And then we'll just, since these, the big ones are just for spacing, we can delete this. And then now we can copy this sketch. We go into make a new part. We start a new sketch. We paste in the thing. Right, so it still keeps the stuff here. Although it says, oh yeah, the whole shit is not like constrained or whatever, it's actually fine. Your polycarb thickness is 1/16 of an inch. Right, and then here you go. This is your polycarb. So if we just save this, why am I in this? So polycarb funnel tutorial. Right, and then we can just make that disappear, place, go back to Polycarb funnel tutorial, open, and now we have a custom Polycarb part. Just constrain this to this hole, constrain this to this hole, and then constrain this to this hole. Alright, so now we have this thing here, right? Copy paste this. We put this below down here. We constrain this here as well. Alright, it looks pretty nice. And now we can just place in the spacers, right? So motion, spacers, 5-inch. Yep, 0.5, 0.5. And then we need this. 2 of these. Alright. So constrain this, slap this to the side here. Constrain this, slap this here. And then we can copy paste this 2 more times. Put this in. And there you go. Another thing that you can do is actually with this intake, right? Let's say I'll just hide. I'll just do another one on the other side actually. So I start sketch again, right? Project geometry. Select the holes so then they come into the sketch, and then we do pretty much the same thing. Just like draw lines. I'll just put it like longer somewhere here. Alright, and then we can do something like this again. And then we'll just have a straight line this time. Right. And then let's say we want to have a L channel that folds upwards in one of our polycarb. What we can do is that 0.182, and our dimension from here to here is 0.25. Right, and then we get another circle, 0.182. Unless your stuff is like really aligned, you can do 0.17. This will help with your alignment a little bit because your screw won't have enough space to like flop around. But that means your build quality and everything has to be really good. So then if your other shit is not aligned, then you might be having a hard time fitting the screws in because it's not aligned, right? So this to here is also 0.25, and then this to this is oh shit, I need to make it so that the dimension is sideways. Okay, I just remembered how to do it. So you dimension from here to here, you right click, you go to aligned, and you can do 0.5 inches from here to here. And then you make another circle, let's say somewhere along the lines of here, 0.182, dimension from here to here, 0.25 again, and then dimension from here to here, you go to aligned, then you do 0.5. Right, so you finish sketch, and we forgot to round the corners. Yeah, just fill it, do everything. Alright, that looks pretty nice. And then you can copy the sketch, you go to new file, sketch, and then paste it, and yeah, it should be somewhere in here. You extrude the thing, 1 divided by 16, there you go. And then Polycarb funnel tutorial 2, and then I'll just hide the sketch here, assemble, and then Polycarb funnel tutorial 2. Okay, I'll just quickly constrain this real quick. Right, and then what you can do is you place a L channel, so it's a 3 wide. You can either do like these, or just like use a half one, because why not, right? Then you can apply these here, constrain this here. Right, and then now you have a perpendicular surface that you can attach stuff to. So for example, if we want to, we can just start another sketch on this surface. Right, and then we'll just have a rectangle from here to here. Yeah, so 2.725 inches, and then I'll just make sure that this thing here is 1 inch, and then make sure this is like, it's really rough, it doesn't really matter. You project geometry to make sure, okay, which holes I'm supposed to cut out, and then finish sketch. You can copy the sketch again, go to new part. The reason why I don't like making parts inside assembly is that like sometimes it glitches out and stuff. It's really annoying. So this is why I just do this. I just make a new sketch and then re-import it into there afterwards. 1 divided by 16. Right, so this looks pretty good. Polycarb funnel tutorial 3. Alright. I'll just make this visibility, which is Alt V on the keyboard. Right, make that disappear. You place the thing again. So Polycarb funnel 3, and now I can just constrain this. Oh, I think I did it the wrong way. It's supposed to be like this. And then, alright, so now you have a really nice thing here, and that should work pretty well, to be honest. Well, I mean, this is going to have a little bit of flex because you're not connecting all the way, because I'm only doing 3 holes here. But honestly, I think you can do 4. You just need to sand out either this corner here, or just sand out like a bit of the stuff on the for C channel. I mean the L channel, sorry. Right, and heck, you can even just use a too wide C channel, right? A too wide C channel, and then you can have another piece below to make it even stronger. Something like this. And then in here, I'll just make this transparent for now, which is Alt-T on the keyboard. I'll delete this. No, yes, okay. I mean, we already made the part, so I can delete the sketch, it doesn't matter. You go into structure, C channel, 2, 3 wide. Alright. So then we can just also just do this. And then I'll grab this out a bit, so you can constrain it easier. Alright, do something like this. Alright, so then we can have screws going in here, screws going in here, so like, there's no way that this shit can break. Like, ain't no way this shit actually breaks. And you can also remove this. Right, I just delete it, don't care. You can actually remove this and then just extend your polycarb a bit longer. But in real life, you'll use a heat gun or something, bend it around the corner. Or you can actually just have it out like this on an angle. It shouldn't really matter, just make sure you don't bump into walls or whatever so it breaks or whatever. But yeah, this is how you do polycarbs. Yeah, so personally this should work fine, but for more advanced you can use this. There you go.